About a year ago, my husband had confided in me that he was no longer sexually attracted because I had gained a significant amount of weight.
Well, tell me more about it. I know that's really hard to hear. And if he just threw a grenade at you and was ugly about it, and then that's a whole different conversation. But what led up to that conversation? And then tell me about the last year.
I had been suffering with some depression, anxiety, so I sought out some help and was put on antidepressants.
Oh, yikes. Okay.
And that had started the weight gain. Before then, I'd typically been pretty good shape, but we both kind of noticed like, hey, the weight gain is like coming on a little bit quicker. And as active as I am, I can't get it off. After that, I was, seeking more counseling and whatnot. Finally got to a place where I'm like, you know what, I really need to love myself for who I am. It's a season. We'll get through it. So I came home one day and I'm like, sit down with him. And I'm like, you know what? I really need to love myself for who I am. It's not about what I look like or what size I am. And he just looked at me and said, I'm sorry, but I can't. This is not attractive to me.
Because here's what it sounds like. It sounds like a collision of both people, however hard or messy it is, both people sitting down there telling the truth.
It was devastating to hear.
What was it devastating about him putting on the table, hey, things have changed physically between us? Or was it devastating that you said, hey, I'm struggling, I'm going to be in a season, and I want you by my side? And he said, nah, I'm not doing that.
It felt really like a punch in the gut when it was, hey, you know what? I just came back from this counseling session. I feel good about where I'm at. And he's like, yeah, no, sorry.
It feels like that year ago conversation is as fresh right now as it was back then.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to tell you the most important thing is to head right in the middle of that hurt and to stop going around it. You need to either grieve that you've been with a terrible person for a quarter century. And if that's the case, I hate that for you. Or what I hear you saying, and maybe, again, I could be out to lunch here. What you need to grieve is that bonehead said the stupidest, worst way of saying I love you and I miss my wife and I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
One of those, I'm going to grieve. I got to have some hard conversations about the trajectory of my marriage. The other is I need to sit down and say, next time I come to you in pain, if you bring up my pant size, I'm going to bop you upside. It's about grieving what was. And then now I'm going to set that brick down because I know I got a guy who loves me. He just always says the dumb, wrong thing.
Right.
And then I'm going to be about healing. I think y'all are worth sitting down and having that rebuild conversation.